Why are Bitcoiners and gold bugs fighting when they should be working together? The answer might reshape our entire financial system. Today we're joined by Tom Luongo, a former research chemist turned geopolitical analyst who writes for Newsmax and hosts the Gold, Goats, and Guns podcast. His unique background in both traditional finance and crypto gives him valuable insights into where our monetary system is heading. In this video, we'll explore three essential concepts: why Bitcoin and gold serve complementary purposes, how tribalism between the communities hurts both sides, and their combined role in deleveraging our financial system. Before we continue, if you enjoy these breakdowns, hit the like and subscribe button for more TFTC content. Full episode linked below. What Tom reveals about sovereign wealth funds in our final clip could change how nations store wealth forever. But first, let's understand why the supposed rivalry between Bitcoin and gold might be completely misguided.
This is been my rant about this stuff for a while now. I talk about it, and philosophically, I talk about it in the fight between Bitcoin maxis and gold bugs. It's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of. I think no, we don't have to choose between them. We're going to let the assets and let the people choose for themselves what they want. And if Bitcoin's better, Bitcoin's better. And if gold is better, then gold is better. Or maybe gold is better in one context and Bitcoin is better in another context, and they complement each other. And why can't we have that conversation?
This is a pivotal insight about the relationship between Bitcoin and gold, and it directly addresses our first main point about these assets serving complementary purposes. I've been in this space for over a decade now, both as an entrepreneur with 1031 and as someone deeply involved in Bitcoin education, and I've seen firsthand how tribal these communities can become. What Tom is explaining here is that we don't need to pick sides. Both assets can serve different purposes in different contexts. Think about it like having both a savings account and a checking account. They serve different purposes, but work together as part of your financial strategy. Bitcoin excels at being a permissionless digital native asset that can move value instantly across borders, while gold has proven itself as a store of value for thousands of years. The key insight here is that we don't need to frame this as a competition. The real competition is between hard assets and the current fiat monetary system. By understanding that Bitcoin and gold can coexist and complement each other, we open up possibilities for a more robust financial system that leverages the strengths of both assets. This directly challenges the tribalistic mindset that has dominated these communities for years, which brings us to our next point about the unnecessary division between Bitcoin maximalists and gold bugs. And what's happening at the Bank of England right now perfectly illustrates why this division needs to end. But make sure to stick around until the end, because Tom's insights about sovereign wealth funds could completely change how nations store wealth in the future.
You actually do show up on my Twitter feed every once in a while, so I actually get to see some of the things that you post. And you posted, I think, I was flipping, I saw one of your posts recently, about 20 minutes ago, and it was basically that, because all the talk right now is how the Bank of England can't deliver gold, and now there's a big blow up, and there's a potential big blow up in gold and all this other stuff. And to watch a smart, connected Bitcoin guy say, no, gold has a role here, and we should be watching this very carefully, especially when our Treasury Secretary's biggest position is fucking gold.
The situation with the Bank of England perfectly demonstrates why the tribalism between Bitcoin and gold communities is counterproductive, our second main point. What Tom is highlighting here is that even as someone deeply embedded in the Bitcoin community, I'm paying attention to what's happening in the gold markets because it signals broader changes in our financial system. The Bank of England, one of the oldest and most established central banks in the world, is having trouble delivering physical gold. This isn't just about gold. It's about the credibility of our entire financial system. When major institutions start having trouble delivering on their promises, it exposes the fragility of the system we've built.
Everyone knows about Fold. It's the app where you can earn the most Bitcoin rewards for everyday purchases. Fold now lets you double stack rewards with gift cards. Use your credit or debit card to buy gift cards and earn both credit card rewards and sats. Fold gift cards help you grow your stack with every purchase. If you're not shopping with Fold gift cards, you're leaving sats on the table. Get a 20,000 sat welcome bonus. Go sign up now at foldapp.com/Marty.
Think about it like a game of musical chairs. Everyone assumes they can get their assets when they need them, but what happens when the music stops? This is exactly why both Bitcoin and gold are important. They're both bearer assets, meaning when you hold them, you truly own them. No counterparty risk involved. This is a massive shift from our current financial system where most assets are really just claims on something else. The traditional banking world is starting to realize they can't keep playing games with hard assets, whether that's gold or Bitcoin. By ending this unnecessary tribalism, both communities can work together to build a stronger alternative to the current system. This brings us to our final and most important point about how these assets together can help deleverage our financial system and Tom's insights about sovereign wealth funds might surprise you.
Like it or not, folks, like that's going to be, gold's going to be part of the sovereign wealth fund. And we should celebrate that in every way, even if we're Bitcoin maxis, which I'm not. Yeah. But, hey, but even if you are, you should celebrate it because it's the move towards hard assets and bare assets that's going to deleverage the system. And it's a part of our attack, their attack on USAID. The National Endowment for Democracy, I believe, is on the table next. If not next, then somewhere in this mix. And we're going to, watch the whole process. And it's going to be, and we're all benefiting from this. And we don't have to be purists about it.
The sovereign wealth fund discussion perfectly illustrates our third main point about how Bitcoin and gold together play crucial roles in deleveraging our financial system. Traditionally, countries have held their reserves primarily in U.S. dollars or U.S. Treasury bonds, essentially promises backed by more promises. But what Tom is highlighting here is a potential move toward a more diverse set of hard assets, including both gold and Bitcoin. This is revolutionary when you think about it. We're talking about moving from a system based entirely on government promises to one anchored in assets that have inherent value and can't be manipulated. The attack on USAID that Tom mentions is part of a larger effort to dismantle the old financial infrastructure that enabled massive money printing and wealth transfer. This isn't just about changing which assets we use, it's about changing the entire system of how wealth is stored and transferred at a national level. The inclusion of both gold and Bitcoin in this conversation shows how these assets complement each other in this new paradigm. Gold brings thousands of years of trust and stability, while Bitcoin brings programmability and digital native properties that are essential for the modern world. This combination of old and new, physical and digital, creates a more robust foundation for storing national wealth. What's particularly significant is Tom's point about Bitcoin maximalists celebrating gold's inclusion in sovereign wealth funds. This represents a broader shift away from purely fiat-based systems toward hard assets in general, demonstrating how both Bitcoin and gold are necessary tools in deleveraging our current financial system. The transition isn't about one asset winning over another. It's about fundamentally changing how we think about money and value storage at a national level, using both Bitcoin and gold as complementary tools in this transformation. Let me know if you think the dollar will be weakened through a Bretton Woods 2.0 agreement in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this discussion about sovereign wealth funds interesting, you'll want to watch my breakdown with Luke Groman where he explains how gold and Bitcoin could help solve America's debt crisis. Click the video on your screen now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching. Stay humble. Stack sats.